It's 10 o'clock. This is Fox 10 Talks, and the headline today says this: the thief who can't escape. There is a guy who stole a purse from a lady right as she was walking into the store. And the next thing you know, there's just something about the way they operate out there in Glendale. They use their technology, I think, as good as any police force in the USA. And they were tracking the guy. I mean, there he is with the trunk. And then over to the right, he backs his car. And to me, it looked like he was going 25 miles an hour in reverse. Oh, well, what do you know? It's a cul-de-sac. There's nowhere to go. He hops out of the car. The whole story's coming up. And we're glad you're going to be joining us for Fox 10 Talks today. Celeste. Oops, hold on. That one's labeled two shots. Stand by. That's the one I was looking for.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
How are you? Okay, it's hello.
Yeah,
Is
hello,
the
I
mic
got
on?
you.
Oh, yeah,
you're
there it
loud
is.
and
Okay.
clear. Today we're on Channel 45, Fox 10 Extra.
And on YouTube.
And on YouTube and on the Fox Local app and on Roku and Samsung and all of them.
All the stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff. So you had a good 3 hours with Ty?
We did.
Good.
We talked about barbecue tips.
Good.
Along with all the FIFA fire going on. You know what I mean? Like people are
Yeah, I
loving on the
know.
FIFA excitement.
That's already over on Fox 10. That's
it
why
is.
today we're saying, maybe I think for a few days now.
Yeah, they
for
have
the
some
next
pregame
month.
coverage right now at 10 a.m. and then the actual match is at noon.
Yeah, 2-hour pregame show.
I know.
Okay, a lot of excitement. So let's also remind you that we have several big stories. Let's get right to that first one. By the way, coming up in a few minutes. Okay, so here's the guy tracking the lady. This poor gal. She's an older lady. And look at that. She walks into the store. I'm trying to see. It looks like maybe that was a Walmart. I couldn't quite tell. But then look what they are doing here in Glendale. So they have their drones track the guy. He thinks he's getting away. Oh, there's a shock. Not one, but two officers. So look how fast he's trying to drive in reverse. Oops. It's a cul-de-sac.
Oh my gosh! So then he gets out and starts running on foot.
Yeah, and now we're going to show you the way it all came to an end. I mean, Glendale police, they provided this video. They did such a good job, not just of making the arrest in this case, but showing you how serious it was: unlawful flight, possession or use of a narcotic, drug paraphernalia, theft, purse snatching, trespassing, first degree, reckless driving, and then some other items as well. So what he was doing there is he thought, I'll be a smart guy, and I will track, or I'll take my license plate off. That's where you see right here. This is, but they're already following him. Look, buddy, there's a drone right over your head. And he's like, okay, I got the license plate off. Oops, I guess I'm going to have to put it in reverse. I mean, that's actually pretty good driving. Look how fast he's going in reverse.
Oh, my goodness.
What are the odds it's a cul-de-sac?
I know, and then he gets out and has to find a way. You know, here's the thing. Criminals usually aren't that smart anyway.
I've noticed this, Celeste. I've noticed this for a long time. Yeah, okay, so anyway, he ditched the car. The body cam shows the officers eventually catching up to him, and at that point, then he does the right thing. They did find a loaded handgun, and they were able to recover this poor lady's belongings. It doesn't look like she was injured in any way, just a sort of a little bit of excitement there at the grocery store.
Yes.
But Celeste, sometimes you make really prescient comments here on this program, which is a lot of criminals are not that smart.
They're usually not that smart.
And then guess what else? Generally, you don't have luck on your side.
That is also true.
The street you just decided to drive backwards on is a cul-de-sac.
Oh, brother.
Did you ever hear that Nate Bargatze? He's so hilarious.
He's a funny guy, yeah.
But he's like, we live on a cul-de-sac now. And I remember growing up thinking, those people have it made.
Well, because they got bigger yards.
They have a cul-de-sac. They live in a cul-de-sac.
They have and they get to have little neighborhood parties right in the center of the road. Their kids get to play.
Life on a cul-de-sac is good.
It's a dead end.
And in this case, it sort of helped law enforcement.
Yes, it did.
All right, 10:05. We are Fox Fox has got all the great games now because it's World Cup day one.
Yes, it is.
We're so excited.
I know we are.
So who should we talk to about this? You want to go to Megan?
Yeah, I think Megan might be the best person. We saw her earlier this morning as we kind of get ready. Let's set her up here. She's in Los Angeles.
LA, yes. She didn't get the Mexico City assignment or Seattle or any
not
of those
yet.
others? Okay.
That's coming potentially.
Okay, good,
I think
yeah.
we're waiting for her passport to get in. But it's so exciting. I think she spotted a couple of players kind of lingering around the stadium. And
Did she? And she puts 2 and 2 together and says, wow, big things are happening.
huge things are happening.
Yeah.
But there's something about Los Angeles as well, and that stadium, SoFi Stadium, when it was built, and granted, we have a lot of great stadiums around the country.
There it is right there.
It's so beautiful. I have never been. Have you been, Ron?
No, not
to
yet.
a game here, but the way they've really, retrofitted a lot of these stadiums with the soccer fields and everything, it's going to mimic. This is really what it would look like if you were at a Champions League game overseas, which we went to one in Madrid. It was Madrid versus Barcelona. In
What? You did?
March of 25.
Wow.
I'm going to post those on my Instagram. When you see the fans, it's almost like protests, fire, flares. It is crazy. It's 10 times what you would experience at a Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's overseas. But here in town, and when I say town, I mean the United soil here in the United States. We'll have to wait to see, but a lot of excitement around this.
Okay.
Standing Toast apparently wants a shout out.
Okay, Standing Toast, you got it. Now, all we ask in return is tell us your first name and what town you're in.
And
Some people are right here in Phoenix. Others are on the other side of the world.
And maybe your social security number. No, don't put that up there.
Don't.
Standing Toast. So good morning to you, Thomas Feely, Mr. Pauline. Christine Carroll says, my husband is a huge Mexico fan, so he's excited today. Yes, that game begins at noon today. And are you a fan? Let's go ahead and throw out your favorite either team. Maybe you're from, let's say, Finland.
Okay.
Maybe you have Finnish ancestry, and you're going for the team out of Finland.
Let's hear it for the Finns.
The France and Spain are the two teams that are expected to do very, very well in the World Cup.
Yeah.
I believe they have some of the biggest names in football as well. So World Cup fever is on.
Well, we're going to check in with Megan in about 1 minute, but this is really cool. Starbucks. Celeste, it hit me today. We need a marketing tie-in collab counter.
Yeah, we do.
Because yesterday it was Coors with their new long sleeve for 3 cans of beer. Coors. Today it's Starbucks.
Oh,
every day somebody is doing a tie-in.
The Starbucks bear, Ron.
I know.
I love it. How cute is this little guy?
So he's been around before, but this time there's the soccer twist, complete with a themed hat inspired by the tournament. Starbucks says the new design is tied to this summer's World Cup action. If you're a reserve member, the cups will be available online starting today. There's a game day bonus. U.S. customers will get a free limited edition red, white, and blue cup sleeve. It's another tie-in, and I think it's all great.
This is amazing. And here's the thing. Who doesn't love a little, and I know you're going to pay for it in some form or fashion, but it's nice to have a little freebie once in a while.
Right,
yes. Sometimes our promo department, of course, many of you have received your Fox 10 Talks t-shirts. We love sending them to you, but those are free. All you had to do is watch and throw your name up in the YouTube.
Yep.
Chat and
there you go.
Make a phone call and you got it.
So great. All right, let's do this. Let's check in with Megan. And why are we checking in with Megan? She's in LA. We're hours away. Megan, what's going on?
I think we're having some trouble hearing you, by the way. I think, is there like a muting button maybe? We're checking on our end too, Megan, just to be sure. We're going to double check on this.
Oh, one thing, while we get this ironed out, I can see Megan's got the official FIFA World Cup lanyard situation going on there.
Highly coveted.
Look at that. It's super cool. All right, here we go. One more time. I know she was talking to Dave a minute ago. So.
Yes. So Oh, can you pick up your
yeah.
phone real quick if you don't mind, Megan? Big D's calling you right now.
Go ahead and pick it up. Here we go.
Can you hear us okay? Go ahead and say hello, sister.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
Megan's so amazing. She's out there
All
traveling.
right. You can speak because we can hear you.
We gotcha. We gotcha.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right. So, what would you say are the big headlines here for the first couple of days?
First couple of days, obviously it's just, we'll start with the excitement here, obviously, in Los Angeles. It's very cool to see everybody coming into town. You see so many different, jerseys that everyone is wearing. And it's not even just the teams that are playing here in Los Angeles. I've seen jerseys of, other countries as well, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, so it's just, everywhere you go, you're starting to see different jerseys. You're hearing a lot of people speaking different languages, which is really cool. For, the U.S., which kicks things off tomorrow, they are the favorite. They're not an extreme favorite in that matchup, but the U.S. is a bit of a favorite in their, match that they have coming up here against Paraguay, which of course is taking place tomorrow, and then Mexico today. That'll be a really cool run, right? Because just given our location, we're so close to Mexico, so you would expect a lot of fans. They actually sold out the Coliseum. They're doing, a fan experience there, different fan fest events, and it's also a giant watch party. If people can't go to the game, they can go to the Coliseum here in Los Angeles. So that one was the first one that just completely sold out, the one for Mexico. So they are certainly turning out here in Los Angeles.
Who would you say, we got a minute here till the break, who are the top 3 or 4 teams that are the faves?
I'm going to say, I think France has a really good chance. They obviously fell short a few years back, so France is definitely one that I would go with. I don't really have another one that I would pay. That's kind of the one I'm really, looking at right now as one that I would like to see win it all. But what about you guys? Do you have a team that you're leaning towards in all this?
I love, obviously, Mexico and Spain because it's my heritage. But France, my kids are big fans of Mbappe.
Mbappe. People love Mbappe.
They
I
do.
Just heard the name, right? It's fun to say.
Hey, Megan, hang on one sec. We got a break, but we want to come right back to you. Don't go away.
Okay.
All right, everybody, there's your preview of the Mystery Cam. Des, let's continue the conversation with the one and only Megan Plain. Megan, one of the things Celeste and I were wondering is, so let's say people are watching, they're like, I'm really getting excited about it. Maybe in the next week or 2 or 3, I'd love to just pop on over to L.A. and get to a game. What do they have to know?
Right, it's an easy drive. Just pop on over in a day. One thing you have to know is it's very expensive. So how much do you want to spend to watch some soccer? Like I pulled up right now on StubHub. It's, the lowest is like $1,100, and that's for the U.S.-Turkey game. They get as high as like 10 grand. So there's definitely stuff that's still available. It's going to be expensive than obviously the secondary market as well, if you want to watch that one. It's really cool. We've talked about it all across the station. Turkey, their headquarters, it's in the Valley. It's in Mesa where they're training. So that'll be a cool one. Turkey that made Arizona its home. And then in a couple weeks when they take on the U.S., that might be a really cool game to see if you want to watch one.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Megan, great job. Have so much fun out there. I'm sure we'll touch base with you in the coming days here as you are out in L.A. covering everything going on with the FIFA fun there in L.A.
I hope the station is ponying up for like the Westin. Or Ritz-Carlton.
What's your per diem per day?
High society over here.
All right, well, treat yourself maybe to like a La La Land matcha or like maybe something like like something fancy out there in Los Angeles.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Thanks, Megan.
Thanks, sister.
Bye.
All right, good. All right, that's our technology. If we could not do the show without Dave's cell phone. All right, Dave.
Thank you.
You want your phone back? There you go.
We should have taken a couple of photos for it.
Yeah, we should have. Hey, here are the headlines coming in from Iran today. Boy, this is a big one, too. President Trump saying that he is prepared to order the U.S. to actually move forward with a takeover of Karg Island. I think, he finally said, I heard the interview this morning on Fox News Channel, on Fox and Friends, he said they've been playing us for suckers.
Wow.
We were talking about this over the last couple of days. It just doesn't, it just doesn't see. Every time you think, oh, we're getting close, and he'll say, oh, we're getting close, somebody will fire off a missile, or fire a drone. Now, what about these drones? I think they cost like $20,000 for a drone, and it took out an Apache helicopter.
Yeah.
Those things cost millions.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know we're upping our drone game, too, but here was the actual post, Celeste. He said the U.S. will be hitting Iran very hard tonight. And this was just this morning, so it's going to be a second day. Then at some point in the not-too-distant future, we will be taking Karg Island and other oil infrastructure like we have with Venezuela, which is working out brilliantly for both Venezuela and the USA.
All right, let's take a look here. Do you want to take a look at the poll question?
Let's do it.
All right, President Trump says the U.S. will take Karg Island at some point soon. What's your take? 81%, it's a big number, says good. It'll cut off their source of oil money if they don't make a deal. We'll go to YouTube a little bit later this hour, but right now, if you want to vote, you can scan the QR code that you see there up on your screen. And you can also comment as well on YouTube, but share your thoughts with us. Vote. And we'd love to hear from you. You can also share your thoughts on our YouTube chat. If you're watching on Channel 45, Fox 10 Extra, you can go to YouTube and look for Fox 10 and go to the live option, and you'll find us right there. And you can join us on YouTube. You can maybe, Ron, on your phone.
Yes.
You're chatting with us.
Uh-huh.
And then you're watching on, your TV, Roku, whatever you got going.
I'm Ron. She's Celeste. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Dennis Hoffman. Hi, Dennis.
Good morning.
Whoa.
We're gonna check your audio real quick, my friend.
Yeah, that was a burst in our ears for sure. Anyway, we can
I
hear
wanted
you.
to make sure that you heard me.
Okay, there we go. By the way, Dennis is the director of the Center for Competitiveness and Prosperity Research. Sounds like the kind of place you want to hang out.
Yeah.
At the William Seidman Research Institute at the W.P. Carey School of Business. You have studied the Valley's economy for years, and that's why we really wanted to have you on. Would you say, now that I really feel like with the introduction of Taiwan Semi, and then the long-standing relationship that a number of Valley communities have with Intel.
Yeah.
I feel like we have kind of become certainly a national leader in the semiconductor game. Maybe you might even say a world leader. So where does that place your thinking in terms of the future for us here in the Valley?
Well, guys, this is a very important part of the Arizona economy, the Phoenix economy. And it's been a long time coming. Motorola moved research operations here in 1948 with an eye to sell to the military. And that was the beginning of it. And we've had many iterations, with Taiwan Semi being the latest. But we've got two big giants, Intel and Taiwan Semi, hitting on pretty much on all cylinders right now. And so, no, this is a big deal. It's a big deal for the Arizona economy and especially the Phoenix economy.
Who deserves the credit for bringing Taiwan Semi here? If I recall, that was during the Ducey administration when those first announcements came in. Was it the business community? Was it the governor at the time? How did it really come together?
Great leadership, and I would actually back up and go another governor and go back to Governor Brewer, where some of the initial visits started, and we planted the seeds and made this argument that it made sense for Taiwan Semi to move off the island with all of its operations and set up operations in the United States. And I suspect their first thought was, how can we afford this? And some tax incentives were created. The education community came in. My employer, Michael Crow, worked very, very hard to demonstrate the engineering capabilities of ASU. You know, I think we're Intel's biggest employer, and I think we aim to be TSMC's biggest employer here in Phoenix, certainly. And so it was a big, big consortium of people, and it took about 15 years to come to the fore. So it's very, very important to the West Valley. One of the shortcomings in Phoenix Metro has been economic development of the West Valley. If you see the traffic flows, people drive west to east for jobs every morning. And there's going to be less and less of that because the jobs are growing quickly in the West Valley.
You know, I listened to a podcast not too long ago, and they labeled the valley the Silicon Desert. And I thought that was really interesting because we always think of Silicon Valley in California. But there's a couple of reasons they were talking about, and maybe you can kind of explain this a little bit. One is that we're very friendly. It's a friendly state for some of these businesses. And in terms of disaster resistance, meaning that we don't have hurricanes. I mean, we have a monsoon, but we also don't have a lot of rain and weather systems that move through. Are those two of the main reasons why maybe we're so attractive to these companies?
Sure. Historically, historically, it's been affordable land, affordable labor, reasonable prices in terms of electricity and energy. And then this dry climate is really good for the manufacture of these materials.
What does it mean for people who live here? I know that we see all these big companies, AI companies, semiconductor companies come in and they make a lot of money. It's very valuable for them as a company. For us as Arizonans, why is this important for us to be on board here with all of these companies moving in? What does it mean to us and for the local economy?
Well, think about it really very simply in terms of, you can think of a bathtub analogy or whatever, but where does our money flow from? If we just focus on local businesses, local service providers, or even retail, when we buy goods and services on retail, the money flows out of the state. Typically, it goes out to the owners of the retail establishments. When people work in export-based industries like semiconductors, money is made, yes, indeed. Money is made on the sale of those semiconductors, and it goes to pay big salaries to those manufacturing workers. And that's how that money flows into the valley. And it's that money that flows in that sustains everything else. So even if you're, if you're running a pizza shop or a restaurant or a hair salon, you ought to be very happy to see these businesses thrive, because that's where the money comes from for your customers to purchase your services.
Well, we got 2 minutes left, so I've been wanting to ask you the following question. Despite the fact that we are becoming sort of a world hub for semiconductor, why is the Phoenix metro area not seen internationally as a major market? You go to Atlanta, you go to LA, you go to Seattle, you go to Dallas, Minneapolis, you can catch international flights to almost anywhere. We have 5 million people in this city, and what do we have? I think we have 2 flights a day to London, maybe 1 to Paris.
They added the one to Taiwan.
We got that Taiwan flight. Why is that happening?
Well, it takes time. It takes world headquarters. Atlanta's got more headquarters than Phoenix does. We've developed more or less as a regional hub, not an international hub for air travel. But when I travel, people want to ask questions about Phoenix. They want, they're curious about Arizona, curious about our lifestyle. Everybody wants to talk about water and climate, but we've done wonders there. And we continue to process, to expand, to try to think through even like our water problems. I'm very impressed with this negotiation with San Diego, where we're swapping out California water rights with helping them to finance their desalinization plant. I mean, that's the kind of forward thinking that we need. We need leaders, that think about expansion.
Oh, yeah.
If you look historically, guys, when we built Palo Verde,
Dennis, we're up against a break.
We had no need for that energy at Palo Verde. We built it because we were.
Okay. Thank you, Dennis Hoffman. Great input today,
Amazing,
Celeste.
Dennis. Have a great day, my friend. We'll see you later.
Okay, so here it is. Finally, we got you the mystery cam. And look at Paul. He's like, the same old place. We got 50 states, but again, Texas. He's thinking maybe a Texas.
Interesting. Linda Monter thinks Ohio.
Outlaw Dynamo thinks Alabama.
Thomas Brown thinks Pennsylvania.
And Deborah, Deborah thinks it might be Tennessee.
I think I'm going to go with Deborah on this.
Okay.
I think it could be very Tennessee-ish.
It looks Tennessee-ish.
Yeah. And by the way, I think today is the last day to vote for Burger Boy.
Oh, boy. Yep.
For like a number one chef in a competition. And it looks as though Louis Gonzalez was having a hard time posting the link so all of you can vote. So I'm going to go ahead and he emailed it to me, and I'm just going to read it out loud.
There you go.
But let's go ahead, and if you guys have more guesses.
Yes.
We got another Texas from Christine Carroll.
And another Alabama. I think, so you're going Texas, did you say, Celeste?
I'm going to go with, what did I say? I'm going with Linda No, I forgot. I'm going to go with Pennsylvania.
Okay, and I'm going to go, too many of you guys are guessing Texas, although we're getting a lot of Tennessees. But I'll go Texas. Celeste is going Pennsylvania. And ladies and gentlemen, here's your answer.
Here is your answer.
Come on, Texas.
Hoover, Alabama.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
The Alabama guesses were right on target.
Hoover.
I think that's a little outside of Birmingham,
Yes.
if I recall from my trip to Bama a few years back.
Real quick, this is the website. It's called favechef.com.
Okay.
2006, and just look for Nick Dinsmore.
Nice.
I have the link here in my email. I can't put it up for you guys, but it is favechef.com /2026 /Dinsmore Nick.
Dinsmore is the man.
Dinsmore. Just go look for Dinsmore.
We love
on
the
Fave Chef.
Dinsmores here.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for you right now. He's currently in 8th place, by the way, and this is by the James Beard Foundation, apparently.
That's a super cool thing.
Very
All right, Celeste, the news is all good when it comes to Buc-ee's. Now, look, there are all kinds of things that they start building in the USA, and they cost more than they thought, and it takes way longer. But there are some items not so much.
Yes.
Including Buc-ee's. Man, they are on it. They've opened so many of these. They are saying that they are on track for June 22nd, Celeste. Is today the 12th? No, it's the 11th. Mm-hmm. So 11 more days.
That's crazy.
So if you're planning to go, you can, they say, especially the first few days, expect some traffic headaches. It's going to be swamped. They say they have specially designated freeway routes to direct drivers the day it opens out there in Goodyear, just a little bit off the I-10.
So they say that they're going to open the parking lots at midnight.
For the 6 a.m. grand opening.
Yeah, so if you're a night owl, maybe you make the walk over, the drive over, you park.
Yep.
You'd have to be driving. Drive over, you park in the parking lot at midnight.
Yeah.
Sleep in your car.
Sure.
Or get in line and maybe have a little snooze and wait.
I wouldn't be shocked, Celeste, if there are people, they're such big Buc-ee fans, and I love Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
I mean, you could live there.
I've never been. I can't wait.
If they sold condos up on the second floor and third floor, you could live at a Buc-ee's.
Wow.
Okay. But I wouldn't be shocked if there are people who just make it their business to go to every grand opening of a Buc-ee's.
Oh, wow.
Don't you think? I bet that happens.
I bet that could be the very first person in line potentially, too.
Yeah, right? I don't know.
We could probably swing by before we come into work.
Yeah, we could. So anyway, that's happening. The other news from the retail world is, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a fan of Cracker Barrel Original, the OG style.
Yes.
We're happy to tell you they are making a big-time comeback. They just reported their profits, and they said not only did we do great in the last quarter, we're raising our forecast for the entire rest of the year. You know, Celeste, there's an old saying that goes something like this. Mm-hmm. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh, yeah, that's so true.
And that's exactly what Cracker Barrel tried to do. They say, look, we are returning to our roots, and we're going to focus on value and attract budget-conscious customers. So, number one, the new logo was a dumb idea. They dropped that with like a hot potato. And then number two, they're going to be value and budget conscious because a lot of restaurants anymore are trying to get us to the point, Celeste, where they want you to think, like even for lunch, even for a sandwich, $12, $13.
Too much.
It's just too much. So I don't know what their value menu looks like, but I'm willing to try it out.
Yeah, and I think if we start boycotting businesses, not like this place,
No.
Cracker Barrel, because they're already making the move in the right direction.
Yeah, who could boycott
But
them?
if you boycott other companies, maybe they'll change their tune as well, and maybe drop their prices.
Got to figure out a way to do it, that's for sure. So Celeste, one of my favorite times of the whole morning is when you come in at about 6:45 on the morning show.
Oh, Rob,
you have
thank
your
you.
Celeste story of the day.
Yes.
What was today's again?
Today's was about going on double dates.
Okay.
That it actually, if you're in a bit of a slump with your significant other,
Okay.
or maybe you just are looking forward to a little time with some friends,
Okay.
the double date is back. It's back, and it's back and bigger than ever.
I wonder why this is happening. I think a lot of it is like still coming out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And not only do we want to be out and about and doing all that kind of stuff and going to restaurants again, fun to bring along another couple.
Right. So maybe you have a plus one, like maybe it's somebody in the neighborhood or a colleague at work that you guys have become friends with. Or maybe it's friends with some, maybe your children became friends and then you became good friends with them.
Okay.
There's lots of different ways that you become friends with people. That's usually the case.
I feel like you've covered most of the options right there, Celeste. So let's do this. Here we are double dating. Not Celeste and me. This
No.
is Celeste and Gary. And let's just see what you got here. Ready?
Okay, so.
Okay, Celeste, if Taylor Swift was in town
Yeah.
and you failed to mention it, that is fantastic.
We just stopped at a diner. So that's the the Gemini version.
Oh, I love this.
That doesn't even really look like me or Gary, but I think Gemini does it on purpose because it can't look exactly like us because then it'd be,
Maybe, right, yeah.
But Taylor and Travis, they actually reached out. They're like, do you want to do a
bet.
double date?
Right.
They were in town.
This is kind of like when Kim and Kanye were hanging out at the Waffle House on 59th Ave after the Super Bowl.
I know, in the I-10. Yeah, it's right there. So we had some breakfast with Trav and with Tay Tay. And then on the left-hand side, that's Gary and I. This is a real photo.
Okay.
His best friend Tony and his wife Vicky, and that is they live in Jupiter, Florida. And so we went out there. When was that? It's very like in the last couple months. March. We were there in March, spring break.
Just one question. Does she mind being called Tay Tay?
She actually prefers it.
Is that right? She's like, call me Tay Tay more.
Because you know what she said? She says if you're in the inner circle, we call her Tay Tay.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so here's Renee and me on a double date not too long ago. This is with our friends, the Darners.
Oh, it's a good photo.
Long-time old-timers here in the Valley might remember Darner Chrysler Plymouth.
Yes.
Out there on Main Street in Mesa. And those are the Darners from that one time just really beloved old car dealership.
That is so cool.
And so, we went out and grabbed a meal, and we RV'd with these guys a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh, was it the four of you?
Uh-huh.
Did you bring any pets?
No pets. I'm like, I wonder what Celeste's going to ask. Oh, the big question I always wondered, did you bring pets? No, there was no pets. But anyway, we both highly recommended, Celeste and me both. Double dating is the new trend.
It really is.
Okay.
And you can make it. Here's the thing: you mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you guys do last week, or what are you having for dinner?
Sure. They say one thing: when you're driving home, don't compare yourself to others.
No.
Because you will become vain or bitter. Right? That's the old saying.
So just kick comparison out the door.
Yeah, just enjoy the time you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we have a viewer voicemail, and we're so excited to share it with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready, Celeste, I know I am too.
I am ready.
Okay, this is going to be SOT 2. So, ready? And number 1. Ready?
Hi,
Here we go.
Ron and Celeste. This is Shelley Wolfen from Scottsdale. Love your show, and I still am a super fan. Many moons ago, I was lucky enough to get a commercial to do super fan for Fox 10 years ago. Anyway, have a good day. Love your show. Bye.
Thank you so much.
By the way, the viewer voicemail number is 602-262-0428. 0428.
So say it again, Ron.
602-262-0428. 0428.
And a big thank you to Shelley and everybody else watching. We and we were a part of that super fan promo. Do you remember that, Ron?
Oh, do I remember
it? Was so
it.
fun. We met many of you out in was it over by Tempe Marketplace, and we shot a promo with you guys.
Oh,
and it was so great.
Oh, there it is.
There it
right
is.
there. Oh, look at that. Okay, this is back when Corey was on the morning show.
Yeah, and Kristen and Andrea.
Kristen and Andrea and Rick.
Oh
my gosh, some great people. So, yeah, Celeste, I think you're right. We need to do new super fans.
Yeah, I was like, we should bring it
Fox 10
back.
Talks.
And I think a part of, I think it was the promo campaign after this one, we did something with the light rail. Remember we were on the light rail?
Yeah.
That was fun too.
That was also fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, that's the super fan thing.
Thank
and
you.
That was so wonderful to get your voicemail. Don't forget, you can call us on any topic you want. What?
It's perfect for summer.
There you go. All right, Celeste. Hey, let's open these up. We only got about a minute and a half here till our next break.
Okay, so we have these new Oreo BTS Oreos,
Oh, here,
brown
you know
sugar
what?
pancake flavored Oreo cookies.
Here we go.
Oh,
right
here they are.
They're purple BTS Oreos.
Look at that. Isn't that wild?
Okay.
Here, I'll like this. Thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah, they just rolled them out, and so they dropped off a couple. And let's do our taste test. Celeste.
Brown sugar pancake flavor cream.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna twist. How do you eat your Oreos, Ron?
I just chomp right in. Dave, what are you cracking up about?
I love this.
Okay.
Taste test segment.
Okay, here's the
Oh, my
brown
gosh.
sugar.
They smell like pancakes.
Oh, they do. They smell like maple syrup.
Oh, these are going to be a
So
big
here's the
hit.
cream.
Oh, that's really good.
That actually is pretty good.
Okay. Highly recommended. But what do you expect us to say? They're awful? I mean, hold on, Dave.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very nice to Oreo.
Yeah. And plus, don't you love BTS? BTS is fire.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those are tasty, Celeste.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at IHOP. We better take a break.
That's funny.
That's so cool. So 1998 was when we took that.
Celeste, you know what makes our podcast different from
What's
all
that,
the
Ron?
others?
What's
We're
that?
happy to promote other podcasts.
Always, Ron.
Come
We're
on.
all about sharing the love here.
Yeah, we are, and we just invited in one of the great podcasters here in the Valley. Hi, Bella.
Hi, nice to see you. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Thank you for coming in. And tell us more about your podcast.
So I kept getting asked about AI. I love Eat, Sleep, Breathe AI. And so I made a podcast that everybody can get a break with AI. There's so much information out there. And so what I did is there's 12 episodes that are from 12 minutes to 17 minutes, breaking down one thing that every busy human needs to do, like what's for dinner, or how to know how to redecorate your house, or how to keep all of your medical information in a way that you don't forget something right after you leave the
that's
doctor.
good.
There's so many things on there.
You know, you mentioned
43. Look at that. 43 free prompts,
Yes.
0 catch to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just free. It's literally free. You just give me your email, I'll send it out to you. There's no like nurture campaign on the back of that. I feel like AI is a spectrum. Everyone uses it differently.
Yeah.
And so we can all say that we're using AI, but we're all using it very differently. And there's easy things that we can do. And I think words like agents really make people like lock up and get
Right.
scared. And they're not tricky at all. It's just a button on ChatGPT.
So, Ronnie, who's behind the scenes, she
Yes.
actually did this with her house.
Yes.
She took a photograph of her wall. We were just chatting about it yesterday, right,
Yes.
Ronnie? Yesterday, she was showing me the before and afters.
Yes.
Walk us through how you would do it in redecorating for all of you at
Yes.
home. Let's say you have a wall or a space in you want to take a photo of your living room.
Yes.
And you import it and you say, take me, show me how to, give me a little TLC
Yes,
here to this
yes,
room.
Absolutely. So I think the best way to do it is if you have an inspiration picture and you're like, ooh, I really like this. What would it look like in my house? Give AI both of those pictures and say, take picture A and put it on picture B, like show me what it would look like in my room, and all of a sudden you have a mock-up. There's no logging into like Home Depot's website now and finicking with all of their stuff. You can just do it right on your phone right now.
And then you can follow it up with another prompt and say, change the colors.
Exactly.
Make them more pastel or make
Right.
them black and white. And
Or
so
maybe you don't have an idea and you're like, hey, let's take this space and make it more modern. And I like neutral colors. Give me 4 different options that are very different that I could also do under a $5,000 budget.
Oh,
So
Under
here's
budget.
the thing. So now you get into the strategy of it, of what are your parameters.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of people are missing with AI is that you truly just give it your end goal. And it's so smart right now. It's smarter today than it was last month when I came to you guys. Last month, Ronnie was planning her vacation trip. She is killing it, girl. And it keeps getting smarter and smarter. AI is never going to be as dumb as it is today. Think about that.
wow.
yeah,
about
and I
that.
think Ronnie did use it on her vacation
She
as
did.
well.
Yeah.
So
She did
are
for
you,
her
is this how
trip.
you got the idea? Yes, it is. Okay. So walk us through what you because a lot of you may be getting ready to go on summer vacation.
Oh, yes, yes.
So how do we use it on vacation?
Yeah, that's also amazing. So picture, the mom with the husband and the 2 kids, and she's the glue and having to figure it out. And if you're like me, you probably get decision paralysis. You just start looking at all this stuff and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to make the wrong decision. So again, if you go into AI and you say, hey, I want to go to Spain with a family of 4. I have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. I need one activity a day that will be interesting to all of us. I need to keep the whole entire thing under, let's say, $5,000. We start at about 11 o'clock in the morning and we end at about 7 o'clock. But we need a little break between 1 and 3 because the little boy needs a nap, right? I'm not kidding.
Yeah, very
It will give you an entire itinerary.
Okay.
You can even then take it a step further and you can say, what should I pack so that I could do a carry-on? Like for each person, maybe,
yeah,
right?
carry-on
So
only.
that you're not, it'll help you figure out, well, here's like let's make a capsule. It's going to be this weather when you're there. You're going to need these clothes for this kind of thing. You could reuse this jacket for this. So I'm telling you, if you talk to it like an actual human, you'll get a better output. It's like whatever your input is going to be your output.
That is so great.
It
Now,
is.
one of the things you say you can do is if you spot a recipe, and maybe you take note. In the past, you would have taken notes.
In the olden days.
And then you would have made a shopping list, and you would have hopped in the car and driven over to Bash's or Safeway
Yes.
or wherever.
Yes.
That's the old way to do it.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of my favorite things to do is I'm sure I'm like you guys, you get inspired online. Oh, that looks like a great recipe. And so you take a screenshot of the caption where it has a recipe. You put that into ChatGPT, press the little plus sign, and put agent mode and say, take this screenshot and put it in my Instacart. This actually saves you money.
Oh,
Okay, I know a lot of
wow.
people are gonna be like, I'm not paying for Instacart. It's like $120 a year. You are now no longer getting distracted by going down the aisles and grabbing everything else. And so what it'll do is it'll take all the ingredients, put it into your Instacart cart, and then you press yes, and it'll come to your house.
We'll only use Instacart, or does it work with any other stores?
Oh, it would, anything.
Like Target or Walmart?
Yes, absolutely.
Uber Eats,
Yes.
any of them.
Ron, I'm not paying for Uber Eats again. No, absolutely
It is
not.
expensive. It definitely is expensive.
That's great.
But it's just a matter of using this stuff, and there's no setup to it. I think a lot of people think that when you say agent, there's a setup to it. There's not. It's literally pressing the little plus sign in the chat box of ChatGPT, selecting agent mode. That means it can go do something for you. And that's how you use your AI to save you time.
Well, not only is
that's
AI
cool.
getting smarter, you're making us smarter.
Yay.
All of these ideas. You
Yeah.
got to come in once a month so we can talk more about
This is my third month. Yes,
Yeah.
I
good.
absolutely love it. I actually help integrate it into businesses now too, and I'm working on trying to teach AI literacy to children as well. My 11-year-old is very proficient. She does music on it. She does videos. She's created stories that have like tons of series, and I think it's just an amazing creative thing for adults and children.
We got to keep up with the kids.
Okay. How do we
Yeah.
find your podcast?
Yeah, you can go to bellavasta.com/busyhuman. It's that easy. And you could see all of them, and you could listen to one, or you could just download all 43 prompts at the same time so that you have the easy access.
I mean, how many times have moms out there, many of you have said, I need an assistant. Like,
Yeah.
I need a wife.
Now you can have one.
Yes.
I need a wife.
for real.
That's so great.
For real.
Bella, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
Bella.
much.
Nice to see you.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe this is something AI could help us all with, which is this whole situation with the e-bikes and kids out there
Yeah.
driving around. Listen to this. This is what they've been saying out in Scottsdale.
It seems like they're everywhere. Like, I can't go anywhere without seeing at least 3 or 4 of them.
I can't say I'm not at any light that you don't see an e-bike somewhere. They're everywhere, and we are constantly dodging them, I feel like. They're running across the streets with red lights happening. It's been a little crazy lately.
I've seen those guys wearing on one wheel on the street, like, oh my goodness, like oh.
They come out of nowhere, and driving, I'm like hyper focused now on making sure that there's no kids around or e-bikes or anything like that.
Okay, so I misspoke. I said Scottsdale. Look at these guys. They're in traffic. Okay, that's a super cool wheelie that you're doing, but you're in traffic. So here are the new rules. In Gilbert, you got to be at least 12 to even operate one of the slowest ones, Class 1 or Class 2. You saw some of the other things that were up there, but they said, look, we have to do this because parents aren't doing their jobs. And, you know, either a kid, a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, or whatever, is going to get seriously hurt, or somebody is out there driving around going to be involved in a crash.
Yeah, one of the other rules is they need to wear a helmet. And interestingly, they're putting some teeth in this new law in the city of Gilbert. If the students, children, young men and women, if they're not following directions, they're going to hold the parents accountable. And they're saying, you know what, Mom, Dad, we're going to hold you accountable if you're not holding your children accountable.
That's the way to do it. Mm-hmm. All right, Celeste, one last follow-up here before we get out of here for Ty and Anita. Remember yesterday, speaking of AI, don't fear AI. We asked AI, what would it look like if you and I were out there as reporters in the Benjamin Franklin era?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought your look, I did not think that you dressed up too much.
I'm very serious.
Ronnie's over there cracking up.
Yes, she
here.
is.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ready to take notes. Benjamin Franklin is holding on to the key. We're worried about him. We want him to survive the whole thing. Now, Celeste, when we were talking about this yesterday, it was kind of a throwaway line. But do you remember I was saying something along the lines of, wouldn't it be great to have been a news reporter back in those days? Because you'd be like talking to people. You're like, oh, gosh, I got to scoot. I got an interview with George Washington.
Right.
Hold on. This is what it sounded sounded like, and then watch this. You are going to love this. Ready? Here we go. It would have been great to be in the news biz back in those days.
Oh, yeah. You would have been the journalist, and I would have been behind the camera.
Yeah, there you go. We're like, oh, I got to run. I got to go interview George Washington.
Yeah.
So I asked AI, Celeste, well, what would that look like if we actually did go interview George Washington?
Okay.
Okay, we're like 1780s news reporters. And look at this. I don't know why, but it really thought that George, will you look at that? Looks
at
like
him.
touchdown George. He would be very excited about the chance to meet you.
He is so welcoming, not knowing that we're preparing to ask him the very difficult, hard-hitting journalistic questions.
Yeah, we are. We are about to hold the powerful accountable right there.
Yes, we
That's what's going on. Anyway, that is Mount Vernon, and that's me just trying to escort Celeste as sort of the star of our two-person reporting team.
You know, I bet he had a welcome basket for us as well. Do you know what I think was in that basket?
Oh, I can't wait.
Cheese and apples.
Okay, good. I was afraid that you were going to say his wooden teeth.
Oh, no.
Because
maybe that's what he would probably
he
was
had
hard
wooden teeth, you know.
Did he eat the apples?
With his wooden teeth? I hope
Yeah,
not.
my gosh.
Yeah. Well,
Poor
so anyway, there we are. That's the latest on the adventures of Ron and Celeste in the 1780s. That would have
my
truly
gosh.
would have been amazing. Right?
One of these days, we should save all those images and create like a little coffee table book.
You know what?
Like a story.
I showed it to my family yesterday, and Jordan said, "Make a painting of it, Dad, and hang it in the house. You, Celeste, and Benjamin Franklin."
And then right next to it, put the George Washington.
Ben Franklin
Oh, my
holding
gosh.
the key, proving
I
electricity
love
is
that
a
you're
real
holding
thing.
a pencil, though. It's like, and the pad.
Right, a Ticonderoga too.
Oh, now you're
Anyway.
talking.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, we are glad that. So for the time being, we're going to be over here on Channel 45,
Yes.
Fox Local app, YouTube, streaming platforms, but eventually we'll be back on Fox.
We will. We will be back on Fox 10. But for right now, we've got a lot. I'm going to go like this.
Okay. Oh, I
Right
thought I
now.
had you. There you go. All right, that's the two shot. Are we going to be back
Thank
tomorrow
you.
on one of these channels?
We are going to be back, and we are going to be back on YouTube, and we love hearing from you guys here on the chat. So thank you for watching and hanging with us. Have a great day.
These new cameras are going to be the death of me. I swear. I got to write these down. Hold on. So, Ty is actually a 2-shot.
Good afternoon, everyone.
We'll figure this out.
We have a
eventually.
jam-packed show with brand new robotic cameras.
And they're great. We love robots, right? AI's taking over.
Woo!
All right.
Chime in. Let us know how AI is helping your life.
For me,
We are going to talk about the economy first.
We sure are. We got the new consumer index rising 4.2 annually in May, which was the highest that we've seen in 3 years. So what does that mean? How does that affect all of us? We have our next guest that is going to break it all down for us. We have Matt Schultz joining us this morning. Matt,
Hi,
good
Matt.
morning.
Hi there. How are y'all doing?
We're doing great. Matt, I guess we just mentioned that those numbers coming out, 4.2. So what exactly does that mean?
What it means is what a lot of people have suspected, which is that prices just keep on rising. And it's certainly not a uniform thing. The rising prices of gas, for example, that everybody has seen over the last couple of months is driving a lot of it. And when gas prices rise, it forces the cost of a lot of other things to rise as well. But we are certainly seeing that inflation is hitting harder today than it was 6 months or a year ago, and that's a tough thing.
Okay, so gas prices, we've been attributing the rise of those gas prices to the war in Iran. But can you blame all of these numbers, all this inflation on the war, or what else is contributing to this?
No, there's even as impactful as the war in Iran is, there's never just one factor. And the truth is that things like groceries, for example, you have supply issues. I think a lot of people have seen that the price of beef and ground beef and steak and stuff like that have risen like crazy in recent years, and some of that is about the supply and how many cattle there are in America. So there are a million different factors that go into these costs, which makes it really frustrating for people.
So when we see the headline, though, because I just Googled inflation report, every single report says the highest we've seen in 3 years, the highest in the high 3-year high. So when we talk about this, I guess long term, how does this work? Is this kind of something that ebbs and flows? Is this going to come down, or is this a bigger indicator of the economy?
Well, it certainly ebbs and flows, and it is certainly impacted by events all over the place of all kinds, as we talked about, whether it's what's going on in Iran, or whether it's things like the bird flu that we had a few years back, or lots of other different things. So it can be really challenging to see kind of what is happening next. But really, ultimately, for consumers, probably the smartest thing they can do is to just plan for the worst and hope for the best by building in some assumptions into their budget that prices are going to continue to rise. That way you're ready if they do, and if they don't, then you've got a pleasant surprise.
I'm not trying to be political, but when you Google inflation, there's a article, USA Today, where President Trump is saying, I love the inflation. And I'm trying to pull up a little bit more, but that's what he told reporters in a press conference. Why would someone love the inflation? And, what benefit, if any, would that serve anyone?
That's a tough thing to answer. But the reality is, for consumers, that it's making things really tough. And honestly, it's not just for consumers, it's for businesses as well, because businesses have to pay for things in order to produce stuff. So when you have inflation, it's not just consumers that are paying the price, it's businesses as well. And while that may create some opportunity for businesses to potentially add a little bit of profit margin on top of those increases that they're already seeing, generally higher costs don't necessarily serve anybody very well.
and I hate to put you, oops, wrong button, I apologize. I hate to put you on the spot like this. You obviously don't have a crystal ball, but if you were to look into the future, I mean, obviously there's some big mitigating factors, obviously the war in Iran being one of those, but what do you think we're going to be looking like in the next year, 2 years down the road?
Boy, a year or 2 years down the road is practically impossible to know. I mean, it's hard enough to know what's coming a few months from now. But again, I would say that the best thing that people can do is to build in assumptions that things are going to get worse, that prices are going to go higher. And that way you are prepared in case they do, and happy if they don't. Beyond that, it's really hard to predict. But one of the positives in this is that we may end up seeing one of the positive things for people is that the fact that rates are staying similar or may even be hiked by the Fed before too long is that there's an opportunity to increase your savings in a high yield savings account, which are still at pretty high levels. And that's an opportunity for people to take advantage of these high rates and help themselves in the future.
Gotcha.
You wrote a book that says Ask Questions, Save Money, Make More, How to Take Control of Your Financial Life. How do people get a hold of you? How do they get more information about that?
Yeah, you can subscribe to my weekly newsletter at asksaveearn.com, which has similar themes to my book, which is basically control what you can control and don't be afraid to ask questions that can help you. And you can also find me in a lot of work that I do and a lot of good consumer information at lendingtree.com.
Right.
Thank you. Awesome.
Matt, wealth and knowledge. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, we're going to switch gears and talk about something. It may be as depressing as the inflation. maybe it's a really good thing. Arizona has one of the biggest single populations in the country. So the question is it good? You know, we know inflation, not good. A lot of single people around you? I guess it depends on your
it depends,
status.
right? Yeah. So we've got Kat, our dating expert, joining us live. Kat, it's great to see you again.
Good to see you guys, too.
I wanted to start off by asking, are there, like, better dating seasons than others?
Oh.
We talked about the holidays. It's always kind of busy, but people kind of want, like, a mate during the holidays.
Yes.
But now we're kind of getting into the
Slow
summer season.
Is it slow?
That's what I'm asking the expert here.
Okay.
Is this like a good time?
I think there really isn't. There's only really one season that's more, and you just mentioned it, which is called cuffing season. So that is from
It's called what?
Cuffing season, where you're like, because the
Handcuffing?
holidays like cuff to each other. So that runs from October to February.
Okay.
So to kind of get through the holidays, because people are like, oh, I want a relationship, and holidays are around the corner, and it starts with Halloween because couples costumes and things like that, and then it kind of leads into Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then around Valentine's Day, people are like, okay, maybe this is
I'm done. I don't want to get you a romantic Valentine's Day gift.
So other than that, I mean, really any time is a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is Arizona one that has, I can't talk today. Why does Arizona have one of the biggest single populations in the country?
So a couple of different reasons. First is people come here for new beginnings. A lot of transplants are here. So people that have gone through divorces and they're like, I want a different lifestyle. I want a change in my life. So people will move from anywhere to Arizona to be like, I want a new beginning. I want a new start. Another reason is retirement. Like people come out here even if they have been divorced, they come out here to retire. And then we also have people that have their winter homes here.
Sure.
Right. So there's a lot of people that will have multiple homes, summer, winter. And so it brings more of a population in general, and people that are wanting change, and people usually that want change are usually single.
Kat, I want to jump off on something you said because it kind of just spurred a question here. Last time we talked about different dating apps, and you said it's okay to be on multiple different dating apps.
That's
but
right.
you mentioned older generations coming to Arizona. Is there an app that is more, I guess, geared towards older adults that are looking for maybe a late in life love. Is that I like that late in life love. L-I-L-L.
You can coin that.
A lil.
Write that down. Write that
Right
down.
now.
And
Late
if there isn't
in
one,
life
we're
love.
starting one. Lil.
We got some lils.
Join Lil. It's free.
I might steal that from you.
No, we are coining it right here, right now. You heard it first on Fox 10.
There are, but you have to be really careful because if there are some, there's Our Time. Prime example. There's an app that's called Our Time, which is catered to.
O-U-R? Okay.
Catered to
He's
the
gonna check
demographic
it
that are like 55 plus. However, you have to. A lot of these apps that are more catered to older demographics also have higher chances of romance scams.
Oh,
things
yeah.
like
I see,
that.
okay.
So you have to be really careful. So I always tell people to go to even though it might not be specifically to your demo, you want to go on the apps that do those security checks and balances so that you know that you're safe.
Is it bad that we have a lot of single people in Arizona?
No,
I mean,
it's not.
I think that like widens the dating pool. No?
It does, but it also, since the dating pool is so wide, it gives you that FOMO or that what else is around the corner, that dating mindset of like, well, what
Is there
else
better?
can I get? Right. What else can I get? What else is around the corner? So, it's kind
So
of.
how do you break that when you're working with the client and maybe
Right.
they have that in the back of their head? How do you kind of prevent them from being like, all right, well, next, move on, and maybe that person that they left already was someone
The
that
better one.
That's
they
right.
could be more compatible with?
Well, it's understanding why they feel that way. So when people are always constantly looking around the corner, it's because they don't trust their own picker. That's why they're like, well, what if I choose this person? And what if there's somebody else that's better for me? So it's understanding how to trust themselves and what that looks like. So paying attention to the things that matter. And in the Valley, people seem to pay attention to things more so that don't matter when it comes to compatibility versus the things they should be focusing on. So it's far more complex than just being like, do this thing and stop
move
doing
on.
that. Yeah.
We've got about 15 seconds left. How
Yeah.
do folks find you?
They can go to my website, scottsdalematchmaker.com, or they can follow my TikTok at Cat Cantrill, where I give all kinds of dating advice.
Awesome.
Kat, you're always so fun to when we have you on here.
season.
Cuffing season. And Lil.
And Lil.
I'm
Love
going
it.
to Google this cuffing season. Yes. Okay, a couple of housekeeping things before we get to our next guest.
I'm really excited.
Yes. Drum roll, please.
What exactly is his title?
He is in promotion. I think he's the boss of promotion.
He just handed me this.
Brian, ball this.
Some new. Look at. Hold on.
He says, Ty, will you wear these tomorrow?
Look, they're FIFA Fox socks. Look at those bad boys.
I'm actually a little upset that I'm not getting a pair.
Aren't those cool?
Those are cool. Are you going to wear them tomorrow?
I'm going to wear them tomorrow.
Okay.
So I got my FIFA.
Don't forget
Fox
to wash them first.
Why?
Do you wash your stuff before you wear it?
Not socks, but like other items. You don't need to wash. Those are clean. Smells like.
Sometimes you have to worry if other people try them on.
They just came out of a bag.
I don't know where they came from. Brian Bowles had them.
Brian? You got your hangnails stuck in here?
Were you
Your
wearing
toe
these
fungus?
socks?
Oh, Lord.
Our next guest.
You know her?
You love
love
her? Oh, that's sad that we know what we're saying.
It's Brooke.
That is really sad. We did not practice that. Do you know what? Had you heard of cuffing season?
Yeah, like I think it starts in November.
I think you're the only person who hasn't heard
It
of cuffing
ends
season.
in February, I think, right after Valentine's Day. That's cuffing season.
Well, I've been with my husband for like 20 years. So.
Before they had the
cuffing season.
Before you could cuff someone.
Yeah. No, I'm married.
It sounds very inappropriate.
No, it's not. It's just a thing. I'm married too, but my eczema is flaring up, so I'd take off my ring. I don't know if that's an overshare.
No,
but,
not on this show. Are you kidding?
Okay,
we just talked about toe fungus.
Does your husband get upset when you don't wear your ring because you're hot? And is he like, hey?
No.
And everybody knows you. So when you're at the grocery store and you're like, excuse me, do you have more bananas? They're like, whoa, it's Brooke. And then like, you're single?
Nobody is hitting on me at the grocery store because that's the only place I am. I'm Costco, Target, and the grocery store. So there's just not a lot of.
And my mom saw you at Costco.
I saw Ty's mom at Costco.
Isn't she the cutest
She is
thing?
the best thing ever.
Hi,
and
Mom.
She's so proud of Ty, which made me just like so happy for Ty.
She's really, really, really sweet.
She's so
She's
sweet.
like a really, I don't know where he came from.
I don't either.
His sister must have gotten his mom's traits.
Well, she's proud.
I'm just kidding. She's lovely. So's Ty.
But anyway, yes, I am married. Got the eczema. Anyway, but he doesn't care. I'm like, if you stop stressing me out, then I wouldn't have to take off my ring.
Is that what flares your eczema?
The dryness, him stressing me out, my children stressing me out, Tim stressing me out, my co-host,
Your
so I'm
co-host,
like, every time he says something, he's shitting, I'm like, it's flaring.
Listen, buddy.
I'm
flaring.
I need more rings to cover the eczema. Update on Crash.
My dog.
Your dog.
Yeah.
Crash Davis, my rescue dog,
Yes.
who I rescued him before I rescued my husband. I've had him for 10 years, and he's the most well-trained boy in my entire house. And I thought he had cancer because he had this like terrible lump on his neck, but he's fine. We got a biopsy.
He's good.
He's going to live for 12
Forever.
more years because I rescued him, and I don't know exactly how old he was. He's a big like Rhodesian Ridgeback mix,
He's
90
really
pounds.
cute.
He's sweet.
The sweetest.
And he loves the boys.
Loves the boys, and they're 2 and 4, so they're like climbing. They're annoying.
But you need him for that.
I need Crash Davis, so I'm so glad, happy he's fine, cancer free.
The other question I had for you, on a different note, is your sunroof.
Oh,
What happened with your sunroof, your car sunroof?
If you guys
Tell the story.
Yeah, if you follow Brooke on Instagram,
Social,
she
yeah.
posted a photo, but we've also talked about this on the air.
Yeah, at KNX Brooke. Well, I'm on the morning show KNIX, and so I'm driving really early, not as early as y'all, but I'm driving. It's pitch black. It's 4 a.m, and I hear a boom, like something hits the top of my car. And there's not a lot of cars on the road. It's 4 a.m. I'm not around behind a truck.
Are you on a freeway or surface?
I'm on the 51.
Okay.
And I'm not going under a bridge. So I'm like, what on earth? So I'm not going to pull over on the 51.
No.
So I get to work. I climb on top of the car. At my sunroof, there's a hole this big. And I'm like, has there been an astrological event that I wasn't aware of? It looked like a meteor crashed into my sunroof.
So the inside of your sunroof is closed.
I always keep it closed.
Yeah.
And now I will never open it. Because
you don't know if something felt like hit it.
Right. And so there wasn't anything like under. I was like, did a bird?
Well, I will say that I've had like literally 4 flat tires, and I take the 51 as well, and there's so much work
Debris.
and construction and debris and big bumps and everything, so I feel like you just never know if something could have flown up from under your tire or something.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But does insurance cover a moonroof?
Mine did.
Okay.
I don't know about.
And also, like, you don't know like, how do you prove that?
Well, they asked me, and I said, maybe a meteor, and the guy laughed for my insurance. He's like, okay, I'm going to type that in. I'm like, go for it.
Yeah,
it.
Okay, go for it.
I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, you can't prove that it wasn't a meteor.
Yeah.
Meteorite is. I'm sorry.
Don't ask us.
Maybe
I don't
a
do
meteorite
science.
is smaller.
Meteorite.
I think the "ite" means it's smaller.
Meteorite.
I think you were hit
Let's
with a
see.
meteor. Giant one.
Which is smaller, meteor, which I don't even know how to spell, or meteor or meteorite.
I feel like you guys would probably.
A meteor is not a physical object.
Well, I didn't get hit by a meteor.
That's why he laughed at you.
That's probably
so
why.
So it doesn't have a size in the traditional sense. It's a visible streak like a shooting star.
Okay, so a meteorite hit me.
Yeah,
meteor or an asteroid. That's probably.
A meteor. A meteor
Meteorite.
stays in the air. A meteorite can hit the ground.
Brian's smarter than we are.
All right. Well, you stick with us. You're going to learn something.
Something, I know.
I've learned a lot already, and it's only been 10 minutes.
But so did they fix it?
They fixed it. Yeah. It was.
And you're back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in
same car.
business.
Okay.
I will never open that again because. If it was, I could have hit me on my head.
But also, what if you had the kids in there?
I know. Luckily, it was. So I have two. I have a SUV, so the sunroof in front of me. It
Was the
wouldn't
one
have
that
hurt
broke,
the kids.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm keeping that one closed too. Both of them.
Well, I have a new car, and it doesn't have a thing like a closer. It doesn't close.
What?
It's just glass. There's no shade.
But can you open that?
No, it's always open. There's no shade.
That seems odd for Arizona.
I know.
Like an odd choice by
Does
you.
it get real hot in there?
I'm gonna have like a sunburn on my toupee here.
It's gonna fry his hair off. He's gonna
burn my
come
hair.
in.
I want to invest in like
Go. One of these days.
I just have like sunburn like on just all the shadows on my face.
You might invest in a special
Wow.
I would rethink that purchase.
I might need to borrow your hat, Brooke.
I would rethink that
Wear
purchase.
that every day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anywho.
We wanted you to come in to talk about the big secret show.
Yes. So the K&I Secret Show is the coolest thing.
Oh, there's video.
Oh, there's video. Oh.
But not of the secret show.
No.
Dave.
Number 2 right here. Here we go.
Okay.
Secret show.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay, yes. So it's the coolest thing I've ever done in radio. You all show up at the Marquee Theater. You can't buy these tickets. You can only win them through us. You don't know who it's going to be until that curtain, that red curtain, opens. So that's Jordan Davis.
Okay.
If you're not familiar with country, he's an artist that would never play in the Marquee Theater. I mean, a long time ago he would, but these artists play in State Farm Stadium, like the big arenas.
Yeah.
Marquee Theater is less than, I think the capacity is 1,800. So you'll never
That's
see
cool.
these artists in this
such
venue.
an intimate
Don't
setting.
you think they love this though? I
they
think they love the
genuinely do.
intimate. Like this is probably the first time he ever stepped foot on a stage. Was probably a small little venue like this. That's how they start.
Well, that's what all these artists say. I mean, think Morgan Wallen shows up here, and he literally
is?
sold out 2 nights of State Farm Stadium back to back. And he on stage he goes, "I'm not used to seeing people's eyes," because he's in.
Wait, he actually did a secret show?
Yes.
Morgan Wallen did?
Morgan Wallen.
Wait,
Yes.
Morgan Wallen is the one that throws things, right?
Yeah.
He does. He has
well,
a
not here, not on
tendency-
stage. He throws
No,
them.
he did throw something
He
on
did.
stage.
He does.
Oh,
the
sorry.
boy likes to throw things, but you know, he threw a phone. He threw a chair. He threw something else, but he didn't throw anything at the Marquee Theater that night. But it's been
Any cuffs?
you know
Did he
of.
throw any cuffs?
He did not throw any cuffs. It's been, let's see, Brad Paisley. It's been Darius Rucker, Jason Aldean, Dan and Shay. I mean, people that fill up arenas. And the best part is like hearing the audience like guess, like, oh, I think it's going to be this person. I think it's going to be this, I think it's going to be this person. And then when we opened,
Oh, that's so neat.
that was Lee Bryce. But yeah, it is so Kane Brown right there.
I did an interview with a young lady. I think she attended his concert. I don't know. It may have been this one. She held up a really big sign.
That's Lila.
Okay, that's her.
That's
yeah,
Lila.
that's her.
Yep.
I interviewed her. I did a live interview with her, and she was telling me how she was holding up the sign with like some of his lyrics.
Yeah.
And he actually read them. She's like, "How about we sing?" And he called her up, and she sang with him. She was a high school student, like a.
No, she's 12. In that video, she's 12.
Yeah.
She's 12 right there?
Yeah.
12. Her name is Lila. Yeah, she.
It was the coolest thing.
It's incredible. And Kane Brown stayed afterwards and like signed all this stuff for everyone that wanted it.
It was so neat.
Yeah, it's such a cool event, and people go nuts to try to win
I
these
bet.
tickets. We have these in-person ticket stops where we do like a raffle. This woman in scrubs comes running up. She's like, "I just left work." I'm like, "Where do you work?" She's like, "Well, I was in the operating room." I'm like, "You can't. You can't leave the operating room.
Well, it's good.
She's like, no, it's fine. But
He's knocked out. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
People do insane things to try to win tickets. The messages I get, it's like the fervor as we get closer.
Yeah.
Our next one is July 22nd.
I'm not gonna lie to you. My sister-in-law may or may not have asked me on a number of times, can you ask Brooke for tickets? I'm like, I cannot.
You can.
No, girl.
Or she'll say no.
If I'm asking for tickets, I'm going.
Well, you guys are welcome to come.
So when do you?
When do you find out? When do you find out?
Dierks Bentley.
Oh, hi. I love him.
I love Dierks. I love Sam Hunt. It depends on the artist.
If Dierks Bentley ever got divorced and I got divorced, I would call Dierks Bentley.
Okay.
What would you say? Hold on.
Hi.
Let's
No,
role play
I'm not
this.
practicing.
Yeah.
I respect his wife too much.
Oh.
I wish I would have known that so I could have told him that.
Oh my gosh.
But
I went to some little show that he did, and I thought he was just so nice.
He's so
but
great.
He's so talented, and I love that his daughter performs, and he's from here.
He's so great. He was our last one we had.
And then I saw him at Fashion Square with one of my photographers, Brian Acosta, and Brian's like, that's Brian from Fox 10. He was like, okay.
Yeah, he's so.
It was
so
really
great.
cool. He was just going down the escalator.
Okay, but I want to get back
2
to
minutes.
my.
We have 2 minutes.
Oh well.
Keep going. Go.
You
Sorry,
take up all of our time with
Her
your
love
Dierks
for Dierks
story.
Bentley is important.
Deep.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you how. I mean, I feel like I would tell them not to tell me. I'd want it to be a surprise because I feel like I would have loose lips or I would accidentally let it slip.
Steel trap. I'm a steel trap.
Really?
I know probably, sometimes it depends. I know.
Do you know
a
this
week
one
out.
coming in July?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But sometimes I know a couple weeks out. Sometimes I know a month out. Sometimes Morgan Wallen, they kept that lockdown until 2 days before.
Really?
They told me, and I'm like, you're kidding.
When was Morgan Wallen?
Let's see. I judge it on, was I pregnant? Because I've been pregnant at like 5 of them. Had to be 2023.
So he was like just starting to really blow up.
No, he was
big already.
He was already. That's why I didn't.
See, that's what I love about the fact that they do this.
I thought they were pranking. I was like, "There's no way we're gonna get Morgan Wallen in the Marquee Theater. Are you crazy?" And we
Sure
did,
enough.
and it was. I think I have hearing loss from that
the
night
screams?
because
'Cause the
we said
screams.
Morgan Wallen, and everyone just lost their
Okay,
minds.
30 seconds left. When do you start
Yeah.
these tickets again?
They're starting now.
They are?
Yep.
Okay,
we've
so you got to
started.
listen, you got to call in, and then you guys do all sorts of other
We
fun
all-
things.
Just follow along at K9X Brooke. I'll post all the information.
Okay.
And it's a blast. You guys have to go.
Okay.
Well, Celeste and I have promised him we would go and then come to work the next day.
Oh.
So you have to go too.
You got to go.
All right. Brooke, sign us up
It's
for the
so
secret
fun.
show.
Yeah,
Can you
everyone-
bring us up on stage and we can at least wave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. You
Practice
guys are,
your wave.
You guys are famous. Fox 10. Yeah.
That was fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, imagine, if you will, that you just wanted to, if you could, the day will come, hopefully, Des, with AI, that we can just magically transport ourselves to various places around the world. This pretty little town is Cookeville, Tennessee. You know, Dean lines up his shots for us every morning. And apparently, if you ever go to Cookeville, Ralph's Donut Shop is the place.
Oh.
Like, did I even tell you my son's traveling for business to Buffalo, New York?
No, you didn't.
Next week?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, next week. Okay, I'm
And
like,
so-
you better not be there yet.
No, you got to talk
I'll have
to
to give
a
you
local.
a list of places to eat.
Anybody I know who ever goes to Buffalo, I'm going to get the deets from you.
yeah.
And I'm just telling you, the locals say Ralph's Donut Shop. People line up every morning for their giant apple fritters.
Oh, you know who loves an apple fritter?
Yeah.
Crystal. Crystal loves an apple fritter.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well, we'll
that's
have to
her
make sure she plans a little trip to Tennessee. The other thing I think is super cool, because I love this kind of roadside kitschy stuff. A little outside of town is the world's largest cedar bucket. It's 6 stories tall. Imagine a 6-story building. We're in a 2-story
cedar
building
bucket?
here.
What does that really mean, though?
A bucket
Like a-
made out of, wood,
Oh,
an old wooden bucket, but
oh,
it has to be
like on
cedar.
display?
Well, I guess they used to make them there. They were like
Oh.
the cedar capital bucket of the world. I'm sure it's
Okay.
made in China today. But back in the day, that's what was going on.
Very cool.
Looks like you've been having a great day, Des.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Can
you
you
were
tell?
out there at...
I'm freezing
in
because I'm
here?
soaking wet.
Oh.
I'm soaked.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
We went out to. You'll see it later. You didn't see it, did you?
No, but it's coming up.
Yeah, so
All right.
I guess I won't spoil it. I was at summer camp with little kids today, so.
Okay, there you go. Let's
It'll
do
explain a
this.
lot
Let's go
soon.
to Isabella in the breaking newsroom. She's been following. There was a horrific crash overnight, Bella.
Yeah, so this crash happened in West Phoenix this morning around 2:30 a.m. And unfortunately, 3 people were sent to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. So what happened is around 2:30 this morning, Phoenix police responded to a call of a 2-vehicle collision. This happened again, West Phoenix on 79th Avenue and Van Buren Street. Officers located 2 vehicles, a truck and a sedan. 1 person had to be extracted from the car. The crash was so bad. We do know that alcohol is suspected to be a factor in this collision, and as mentioned, all 3 of those people were brought to the hospital with some pretty severe injuries. We are still waiting for more details to come in as this situation remains under investigation.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those pictures right there, and you can tell instantaneously that, that is a massive amount of damage. It's just such a heavy industrial area, Isabella. Out there we have, not far from the tank farm, you've got all those industrial buildings. You got to be super careful around all those big trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Isabella reporting for us there from the BNR, the breaking newsroom. It's awfully sad to hear just how bad that was. So now here on Fox 10 Talks, we have a chance to talk to Josh Lewis. Here he is right there. Hello, Josh.
No, Charles Wallace.
Oh, Charles Wallace. Where did I get?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know anybody named Josh Lewis.
Charles Wallace. Hold on, let me make a
I was
note
like,
here.
hang on, that's what I thought you said when I
gave
came
my
in.
ID when
Good
I came in
morning,
this
Charles.
morning. I'm sure it said Charles Wallace.
Look,
on it.
if some
With
guy named
Shapiro Law,
Josh,
correct?
if some
Shapiro Law Group, yeah.
If some Josh
Shapiro Law
Lewis
team
wants to come in. Anyway, you are with Shapiro Law.
Shapiro Law team, yes.
Okay, great. We wanted to talk to you about summertime living here in the Valley. And we've covered every other aspect of it, from barbecuing to little mini trips outside of town. But we do spend more time outside. We spend more time if you have a backyard swimming pool. You may have more guests in the house. What are the kind of things that we should be aware of to avoid possible legal trouble?
Well, children falling into pools is a horrible, horrible thing. God forbid that happens to anybody watching. They get involved in a situation like that. But loyal viewers of Fox 10 will see that it's happened a lot lately. Even this year, it's happened way too much. There's a lot of rules and regulations about pools and children, and they need to be strictly followed.
Okay.
The first thing is, if you have a residence and you have a pool and you have somebody that resides in the house that's younger than 6 years old, you have to have a barrier all around the pool.
Okay.
All right, it's got to be at least 5 feet tall. It can't have things that the child could climb over to get over the barrier. Can't have any openings, things like that.
I'm glad you mentioned that because we recently bought a home shortly after my family and I had moved to the Valley. At that time, we only had one young son, but I thought that was maybe a requirement of the city where we chose to live. Is that a statewide
It's a
requirement?
Arizona revised statute. It's a statewide law. Other cities may have other laws that compound that.
That further build upon
but you
that.
have to, at the very least, comply with the state law.
So then why do we see why do we see these situations where, time and again, there'll be an incident, we'll fly our helicopter overhead, it's the only way you're going to get any pictures, get any kind of visual access, and there's no fence around the pool.
It's
awful.
awful.
I'm going to have you pull up to that microphone so I can hear you a little bit better.
Of course.
Okay.
And there are times when you might have a barrier fence, but you take it down. You have a pool party with all of your kids' friends, and you remove it for that. Most all of these incidents come down to supervision, or negligent supervision as the law determines it. And that is that people are distracted, they're not watching, they're not monitoring. And the law in Arizona, this might be a little counterintuitive. Even if the parents of another child are there at your residence, if something happens to that child, you can still be liable for that because it's your residence. There's premises laws, there's supervision laws. So you can't just say, oh, well, Timmy's parents are in the backyard or inside the house making drinks. You still have to make sure that Timmy is safe in your pool.
Okay. And to what extent does that go? So let's say I have that fencing, right? Let's say you have the barrier, so you're complying with the law in that respect. And Timmy is not in the pool. He's on the other side of that fencing, and his parents are inside. And now Timmy somehow ends up in the pool. Are we, as a homeowner, are still liable for Timmy?
You can be. It depends on the specific circumstances as to how Timmy got in the pool.
Okay.
But people that own homes with pools can even be liable for children that they don't even know are there. Trespassing children. There's a law called an attractive nuisance, and a pool is considered an attractive nuisance. Consider also something like a trampoline or a tree house. If you have any of those things on your property and kids that are passing by see that and they access it and they injure themselves, the homeowner can still be on the hook for that as well.
Oh my goodness!
So
How often do you see that happening? Where the
it
homeowner
happens a lot more than you would think.
Really?
And
that's because maybe that person's child's parents would then bring that lawsuit against the said homeowner.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And that's why there's so many different facts and circumstances in each of these individual types of cases. That's when you have to go seek legal help. It's something that a professional has to determine whether or not, when you apply the facts to the law, whether or not there's culpability there.
Okay, so very minimum, then if we have a pool, you need that pool fencing. What else do you suggest homeowners do to protect themselves when it comes to, summertime, kid safety?
Well, and that's the thing, is really supervision. If you have your kids out or your neighbor's kids out in your pool and you're on a lawn chair or a pool chair wearing sunglasses with a drink out there and you're on your phone, when you're on your phone either scrolling or talking to somebody, you can't hear if somebody falls in the pool. You can't hear a splash. And even worse, if the kids are in the pool, you don't notice that eerie silence that happens when a child goes underwater and stays underwater.
They need your undivided attention. And if you're on the phone, your attention is
correct.
split.
Exactly. What that is the root cause of most of the times that you find a child tragically underwater.
You practiced law for a long time in Chicago.
I did.
The Chicagoland before you moved here to the Metro Phoenix area. By virtue of the fact that we have a lot of swimming pools in this city, do we have a greater problem here than what your experience was in Chicago?
Of course. Obviously, now we're going into summer, so there's going to be a lot more pool activity. And the prevalence of pools out here is just astronomically different than it is in other parts of the country. Nobody's getting in a pool in Chicago for half of the year.
You're lucky if you can get in a handful of times.
Well, and you have to drain, in most of the country, you have to drain pools over the winter because otherwise it'll freeze over and it'll crack the concrete. So yes, Phoenix has this problem exponentially because of the amount of pools and the days that people use them. It's not just a summertime activity. And so you have to, the bottom line is you have to be vigilant and you have to supervise children, your own, other people's, and even children that you may not really know are coming across your property.
Gosh.
Some good words of warning today, that's for sure. If people want to find out more, how can they reach you?
Go on the Shapiro Law Team website, shapirolawteam.com. It has all of our attorney bios and all of our contact information. And you can reach out and contact us for help anytime you need it.
Okay.
By the
And
way,
Charles Wallace. right?
Charles Wallace.
Charles Wallace,
Perfect. So we'll be
okay.
able to,
We're still waiting for
look up
Josh
your
to
bio
show
on
up.
that. On the
There's no
website.
Josh on our team, so it won't be
Good,
confusing.
good.
so
Okay. Just real quick before then we wrap it up with you, what are some of the other areas of specialty that Shapiro Law deals with besides this?
We do all aspects of personal injury. We do premise accidents, obviously car crashes, things like that. I personally specialize in medical malpractice cases. There isn't anything that in my 30 years I haven't seen or the rest of the people on our team haven't seen and dealt with successfully.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
We've been warned. Josh, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go to break, Charles. Did I say Josh?
Charles.
I got Josh on the mind.
I need a name tag, apparently.
Okay, good. Charles, thank you. Hey, let's go to our poll question before we hit the break here because we really want your opinion on this. The president, now look, there have been some new developments in the last little while. He has called off tonight's strikes. Whether that means we're standing down on Carg Island, Des, who knows? But right now, 84% are saying, look, if that's the way we're headed, let's do it. It'll cut off their source of oil money if they won't make a deal. That number just changed again. 13% say bad. Iran will escalate the war, and 2% say, look, just keep talking. We'll get through this. How about on YouTube?
Yeah, we've got about 1,600 votes here on YouTube. 48% say good, no more oil money for them. They didn't make a deal if they don't make a deal. 41% says bad. Iran will escalate the war dramatically if we do this. And 11% say just keep negotiating. We need to do this.
We got a break coming up. We have a mystery cam. Maybe we'll have time to, I think Dave's been looking through all your comments. Obviously, we're getting thousands of votes here. But you want to give us your guess, Des? What does this look like to you?
Ooh, I don't know. I need some help in the chat.
Come on and
you
help
guys.
us. Be right back. Oh, man, Des. We are getting the help. Brandon says Bama. Louis says Georgia. And somewhere in that part of the country for sure. You know what's interesting is it looks like a nice kind of town. And then you almost feel like you're instantly out in the woods.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, those trees, I feel like, come on, that should be a giveaway. Where is this?
Yeah. So
they're so tall, but they don't look like evergreens.
No,
those
right?
Aren't evergreens.
Yeah.
Because those are,
What are you thinking?
Oh, I really, as far as Georgia, I've only ever been to Atlanta, and it doesn't look like Atlanta, but it does look like it potentially could be another part of Georgia, maybe. Okay. I'll go with Louis.
Okay. All right. We got a Georgia with Louis and Des. I might as well go with Bama from Brandon. We're teaming up with you guys today. It's teamwork. It's almost like we're phoning a friend. Des, what do you see?
Friends, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, we're all wrong.
What?
Yeah. It's Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Oh, is that right? Okay. One last look at it right there. Yeah. You know, that's interesting. I remember when my grandkids lived in South Carolina. North Carolina is known for the coastline, of course, the Outer Banks and all that. But then you'd go through a bigger city like Raleigh, and then 10 minutes later, you feel like you're out in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
Like this for miles and miles. So we still got a lot of trees in this country.
Yeah, we do. A lot of green. That's good. We need it. It's good for trees are great for the environment.
Trees are good. And so's Dave. How's that for a weird segue?
It was a very weird segue.
Yeah, it was. What are you seeing for comments on the one more time? There's the poll question, and it seems like people are, even in the YouTube poll question, most people are saying good, no more oil money for them, make time to make a deal. But what are you seeing comment-wise?
Yeah, lots of people commenting on fox10phoenix.com/poll as well as on YouTube. Rich in Mesa says, I appreciate that President Trump is attempting every opportunity to negotiate, but the regime in Iran has ruled with an iron fist and showed their complete insincerity for 47 years. It's time to simply let the weapons of war do the talking. Someone in Buckeye says Iran is dragging out any deals. They need time to double stock their missiles. Just go in, get done what is needed to bring peace to the Iran people and for the safety of the United States. And Kilo Mike 80 says the fact that we're even in this quagmire is the saddest state of affairs, not just for the U.S., but the entire world. Besides the deaths that will be caused from the fertilizer crisis, the global economy is and will only continue to suffer worse and worse. Really interesting comments. Keep them coming, guys.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Dave. So I found this very fascinating. We've covered it on our newscast. Federal health regulators are now approving, for the first time in a quarter century, a new ingredient for sunscreen in the U.S. market. This is big, right? I mean, we know how long it can take for the FDA to go through different testing, and an approval process is quite long. So we are diving into what this new ingredient is, how it is different from what is already in our sunscreen. So let's welcome to the show right now Brooke Jeffy, a board-certified dermatologist in Scottsdale. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So walk us through this new ingredient. What is it, and what is it good for?
So yes, as a dermatologist, myself and cosmetic formulators are very excited to finally have a new filter approved. We have not had one since 1999. And just as you mentioned, the FDA monitors sunscreen filters as drugs. So it takes a really long time to get them approved. But a policy change last year allowed the FDA to consider international safety data. And so they were able to get this approved fairly quickly once that happened.
So is this new, what is the new ingredient called? Because it's got quite a long, kind of difficult name to pronounce. And why is this good for us?
Yes, so it's called bemotrinazole, or BEMT, as I like to call it, a little easier. And there are a couple of key differences from this new filter versus other filters that we have. So number one is that it provides full broad spectrum coverage in a single ingredient. So in the past, we would have had to combine multiple filters to get that sort of coverage. It's also very stable. So it does not break down as rapidly as the filters that we currently have, which is nice. If you're using sunscreen, you want to be sure that it's working. This also is helpful because we think that some of the irritation that people get when they say they're bothered by sunscreen is because of some of this breakdown. It's also not absorbed as readily as some of the other filters we have into our skin. You know, that's a big area of concern, but this is a large molecule, so it's not absorbed easily through the skin. And lastly, it's so cosmetically elegant. It is going to feel much lighter on the skin than many of our current filters, and it's also not going to leave a white cast and is going to rub in very easily. So it allows a lot of changes and innovation that we haven't been able to see in our current sunscreen here in the U.S.
Wow. Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the basically there was international data that we're now allowed to look at. Was this actually developed in a different part of the world, another country? Do we know anything about it? And is it literally commercially available now or soon in the U.S.?
Yes, so it has been used since the early 2000s in Europe and Asia. It's very popular in those markets. Sometimes people will, if someone is used to using sunscreens from these, get listed as other brand names like Tenosorb S or Parsol Shield. But there's a particular company who now is going to have exclusive rights for the next 18 months to market this in the US. They're the ones who sort of pushed this through. And so we're probably going to see it under the name Parsol Shield. And I believe the date that they're allowed to start using it is August, early August.
Wait, so then if folks are interested in, trying to get sunscreen with this ingredient in it, what do we need to look for? What's that brand?
So it's probably going to be described on the front of the bottle as Parsol, Parsol Shield. That is a brand name that we will likely see it under. But otherwise, potentially the Bemotrinazole and then or BEMT.
Okay. All right. Now we know what to look for, but we got to wait till August. We got to get through a couple more months.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's really interesting. I know it makes you really want to go out there and research it and find out more about it and then get some.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, we appreciate your time today, Brooke. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
If folks want to reach out to you, where do we find you? Are you with a particular office in Scottsdale?
I have my own practice in North Scottsdale called Brooke Jeffy MD, and on social media, my handle is Brooke Jeffy MD.
All right, perfect.
Thank
you so much.
Hey, did you guys see
Thank
where
you.
Des was today? Fantastic. You got to check this out.
No, we're outside, you guys. We're playing with water. It's hot out here. Juan looks like he's hot. He's laughing at me. I didn't tell him I was going to do that. Look, we've got water guns. The kids are in the little pool. They are having a blast. And then behind us, Anne, we've got a really, really fun slip and slide.
Yes, they're doing a relay race today where they run up, do a slip and slide, grab their soccer ball, and then score a goal.
Oh,
so
nice.
Doing the slip and slide into a different activity.
Oh, that's so fun. And we're incorporating some World Cup and FIFA fever.
Trying as much as possible, yes. Soccer is my favorite, so I want them to know all about it.
Oh, were you a soccer player?
I did. I played soccer in college, yes.
Oh, wait a second. How did you do? Wait, come over here. How did you play that? Because Juan and I, my camera guy, we've been talking about FIFA fever all morning long, and I'm like, I can get into watching the game. I could never play. That is too much running. How do you do it?
I played goalie.
Oh, okay. There you go.
There's your answer. No, but it was fun. I love the sport. My kids play it. It's a great watch.
Yeah. And we have how many kiddos in camp today? This is just a very small group of the kids that are here.
Yeah, so the kids are grouped by age. So we make a small group with 2 counselors. Good job, Isaac. And we have 2 counselors with them, and there's 15 to 20 kids in the group.
Hey, what's your name, sweetie?
Lucia.
Lucia? Hey, I owe you this. She just threw a water balloon at me. Oh, he got me! Oh man, these kids. Oh boy.
Okay, so Frank is, he's got the hose right here. And I go, Frank, I'm going to do the slip and slide, but don't get my hair wet. I still have to work. And what did Frank say?
Fair game.
Fair. But these kids didn't get the memo. Who cares, right? We're out here having fun. How many, so Frank is your oldest son. You are also a mom of 4.
Yes, I am.
I love that. And how many camp counselors does it take to run the summer camps here?
We have about 80 camp counselors across the board at all the 3 different locations. They're amazing. They're from high school to college, and all of our directors are teachers. They're fabulous. So they've come back multiple years. Mitzi has been here for many years. She started 13 years ago, has kind of come and gone, but been here for the last 7. Scott's been with us for 9. Andrew's been with us for 5. So just an outstanding staff of leadership.
Okay, Ann, let's go. Come on. They got me wet. Okay. So you're gonna get a little wet. Can we jump in front of you guys? Can I go? Is it okay if I jump in front of you? Oh, Ann, come on. We got about a minute left.
Better be wet.
Are you ready for this?
Are we going?
Is it wet enough, Frank? Ann I was going to put her up to this. I don't know how you slide in jeans, but here we go. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to get it right. The kids are having fun. Might as well too. All right.
Oh, you got soaked.
Oh, soaked. Yeah,
Guaranteed
but you know
to
what?
bring the fun.
And
And
it's not too late to sign your kids up, you guys.
Might as well join in. The kids had already gotten me soaked. That's why I'm cold. I'm still soaking wet right now.
And then you walk into the AC
Oh my goodness.
around
Oh, that's
here.
why I'm freezing. That's what I'm saying. I'm cold.
Right. Big D, can't we turn this thing up to 85 degrees in here?
Right. But the Hubbard summer camps, I mean, they're well known here in the Valley. It is not too late to sign your kids up. You commit to a week, different themes throughout the week. Just a great camp. And then they even have the Hubbard swim schools too, that Ann's family started. So those are well known around the Valley as well if your child needs swim lessons. So.
Okay, so tell us that one more time. How do you do to sign up?
You go to their website. It's, I don't know exactly, what is it? It's just Hubbard Summer Camps. Go ahead, Google it, find their
Love it.
website, and you sign up on there.
It's so fun, Des.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have a great day. By the way, Ty and Anita are coming right back. How about that?
Hi, we're back.
Special edition of Fox 10 Talks at noon, and we have a jam-packed show for you at noon. We've got some top headlines that we have been following for you over the past couple of days, and in fact, we have one of our reporters here, Jacob, to kind of break down what's been going on.
Hi, Jacob.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Let's start at the very beginning, if we can. What's been going on? This has been kind of an ongoing thing between two government entities here in Maricopa County with the Recorder's Office and the Board of Supervisors.
Yeah, so if we want to take it back all the way to last summer, that is when Maricopa County Recorder Justin Heap, he sued the Board of Supervisors, saying that in their shared services agreement with the previous county recorder that they had taken powers from him. And so he won that in April. That's when that came through. The supervisors are appealing that right now. That's right now in appeals court. It's a judge, from what I last heard and looking at court documents, a judge should be making a decision on that sometime soon. I mean,
when he said that he lost powers, specifically, do you know what he was talking about?
He was talking about control over like voter registrations. That's in the recorder's control.
Election sites.
Pre-voting stuff, election sites, pre-voting sites. That's one thing. That's another issue that's been being contested is the ballot drop boxes. He thinks, the recorder thinks those are his. The county supervisors think those are his. Again, this whole court case is still playing out, especially with the appeal. And so the latest development that we're focusing on is now with this specific incident where someone from the recorder's office is seen grabbing a tabulation machine and taking it out of MCTEC, which is the tabulation and election center of Maricopa County, putting it into what is described as by both a supervisor as well as the HR report as a non-county vehicle. It's just a pickup truck. And so kind of we got that video today. I did the story yesterday just based off of Debbie Lesko as well as Kate Brophy McGee, those are supervisors, telling me about what happened. And so we got this new video today. On the left, you have the Brian Colby with the recorder's office and another employee taking out this tabulation machine. Again, this is at MCTEC, which is the election center in Maricopa County, putting it into his car and then taking it to their admin building on Jefferson. Really what this comes down to is chain of custody. That's what I'm hearing from the recorder's office as well as the HR is even the recorder's office filed an emergency motion saying, this is their machine. This is being blown out of proportion. The supervisors, HR, saying that they knew that it was in the elections department machine. Even if it was your machine, why are you taking it out of a secure location and moving it to a different building? And this was through an active election that was occurring in Tempe. And so there's the vehicle that I mentioned a second ago. They're putting it into an unmarked car, not a county vehicle, from what the supervisors have told me and have said. And so that machine is out of commission right now. Their HR has, from the reports that we got from the HR department, is saying that they have to do forensics on it because they don't know what had happened to it. They're not alleging that anything nefarious was going on
but they
at
just
all.
don't know why
they just
it was
don't know why it was taken.
Let me go back. You mentioned that you did some interviews yesterday, and we ran some sound from Debbie Lesko, who is a member of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. What did she say to you about this?
She just says it doesn't look good. I mean, that was her whole point. She doesn't understand why it needed to happen, why this, machine needed to be taken out of MCTEC and, for about 50 minutes, kind of be handled by a couple of individuals, and then eventually after, this is through email correspondence that we got in the report, haven't dug through all of it, but there's email correspondence back and forth saying, that device is elections department, and then eventually they take it back to the building. But in her eyes, it's didn't need to happen.
She was also talking about how it was costing the taxpayers.
Yeah, they had to pay for a new one, right?
Yeah.
So they said that they had to pay, it was $70,000 having to be paid for a new machine. And again, because they're still doing an investigation to figure out what happened to it, if anything, right? And again, I think a lot of this is the appearance of the appearance of it is kind of at stake. And so, And that's kind of what's been going on the last couple of days with this.
So I know it's been difficult to get a response from Recorder Heap.
Yep.
You have tried multiple times, and basically he's refused to do an interview, but he has sent you a written statement about his side of the story, right?
There was, I mean, it was everything that we've gotten has been from court documents.
Gotcha.
I mean,
so you have not spoken
You've
at
not
all
heard from
to
him
Recorder?
directly in any way. He hasn't even said no comment to you.
I mean, I've reached out to his attorney. He has an attorney that's representing him through the court cases, and he also has his county office. And I've reached out to both offices multiple times. I've done this. This is about the third or fourth story I've done on this, and so reached out to them multiple times. Have not heard back. And then I've also reached out to the county attorney's office, who obviously represents both. She represents the recorder, and she represents the board of supervisors, and they have appointed a special counsel to look into this incident.
Let me ask you this. Have you been able to talk to anybody else about why would they be moving this in the first place? And why would they be using it?
And that's exactly what the story tonight's going to be.
Okay.
I have an interview set up with former recorder Helen Purcell tonight to talk about specifically what would the circumstances be in which this has to be moved, especially during an active election, from a, obviously that you could see that was locked. They had to get into there somehow, a secure location, why that would be removed and then taken to an office building in a car that isn't, marked as Maricopa County.
Go through it again for us in case some of the viewers didn't hear you off the top, if they're just joining us now. What was that machine used for?
So it's a pre-tabulation machine. It's one of the tabulation machines that
counting
has
machines.
The counting machines, yeah. And so that is, you see him go off camera and then goes and will put it on there. But the video that will come on after this, I believe, if there is, it has the 140 mark. That's the video of him actually holding what they described as provisional ballot affidavits. And so that's another question of, why are you touching the ballots? And so, I mean, this has been a back and forth between, again, the recorder's office, again, has insisted through their court documents that, because they filed an emergency motion because they were wondering why is there an investigation being done. They filed an emergency motion in court. Their take through, Heap and his attorney through the emergency motion have said it's our ballot machine.
It's ours. We can do what we want with it. Interesting. Okay. What time's your report running tonight?
5 p.m. tonight.
Okay.
So
we'll
5
be
p.m.
tuning
tonight.
in.
Yeah,
Very curious to see what they're going to say, especially Helen.
And last thing, if I can mention, I spoke with voters yesterday in my story, and this is, for many people, what's going on between their county elected officials is very inside baseball. It's very, they just want to make sure that when they go vote to the poll, their vote matters and it counts. And I think, hearing from, this is not trickled down to voters yet, but from yesterday, what I heard, it's starting to, this primary is in less than 2 weeks now is early voting. July 21 is the primary. And I think voters are starting to be aware of, okay, they're kind of seeing this play out now and go, are we going to have a smooth election? Good
question.
July. Yep.
Good question. Hope you answer that tonight for us. Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We're switching gears. We're going to take you live now. Take a look at this. This is live in Mexico City as we speak. This is a big Mexico watch party that is happening because obviously there is a lot happening when it comes to the World Cup.
They are excited. They are ready to go, but so are we. We have so many soccer fans, so many FIFA. The FIFA fever has spread to the Valley, and so George and Dragon, very, very popular pub here in the Valley, is holding a huge watch party. We want to bring in, hello to you.
David.
The owner of George and Dragon. How are you?
Doing great. Enjoying the atmosphere right now.
Oh, I bet. George, let's walk us through this because this is so exciting. You guys have become such a hub for football or soccer.
Football.
Why has that been? And how exciting is this for you to have this? Football, okay.
It's, you got to realize we've been open 31 years, and up until this year, most of the games were like 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. We were the only one that got up in the morning and showed the games for everyone. But now the games are at a regular time where they could watch it anywhere in the country, and as you can see behind me, this place is packed.
Oh my gosh.
So people come down for the atmosphere. Rather than just going to a regular bar with 3 of your mates, you come in here, I promise you, when Mexico, not if, have a good day. When Mexico score.
You're security and a reporter. So it is.
Yes,
it's barely noon, and it's wild to see the bar on a Thursday, 12:10, packed with people who are watching this game.
Like I said, if you ask anyone in Arizona, where's a good place to go see a football match? Everyone said you got to go to the Georgia. There you go.
What's
Who
happening?
Scored?
What's happening?
Who scored?
No, he didn't score.
Okay.
Did he not score? No, he didn't score.
Okay.
And that was what happens before they scored. Can you imagine what the place like if they'd have scored?
Who were you rooting for?
Oh, Mexico.
Oh, okay. Now,
absolutely.
I read an article from the USA Today that said that your bar is one of the best in Arizona across the country to watch a match. What is that like to get that kind of recognition?
Actually, USA Today just said we're number 6 in the whole country of places to go watch the World Cup. In the whole country, not Arizona, in the whole country.
The whole country,
The whole country, wow. We have so many games. Will you be open day and night for all the games?
Every game. Every single game. I believe Monday Spain plays at 9 a.m. and we will be open for that game.
Oh, that's going to be a wild game because I was doing a little research because I admittedly am not kind of up to par when it comes to all things FIFA and World Cup. And they said France and Spain, those are the two to watch.
They're the two favorites. And the third favorite, England.
England, okay. Jolly old England. Well, this is going to be so much fun.
Well, yeah, but so long as it doesn't go to penalties, because we're rubbish. We've been knocked out more times in cup games in penalties than anyone in the bloody world. So we pray it doesn't go to penalties.
Okay.
Well, tell everyone where you're located and how they can find out when you're open and all that fun stuff.
Sure. We're at 4240 North Central Avenue, which is just north of Indian School on the left-hand side. And if you look at World Cup schedule, we will be open for every single game.
Wow.
So just come on down. We open up an hour before the kickoff. But for the USA game tomorrow, it's a 6 o'clock kickoff. If you don't get here by 3, you're not going to have anywhere to sit. I promise you. So
David, we got to go, but thank you so much.
Come on down and get someone to go.
You were fantastic.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
Appreciate you. There you go.
We're going to continue with FIFA Fever.
FIFA Fever, it's definitely hitting here, and this is so exciting. Megan Plain, our very own sports reporter, was lucky enough to travel to LA.
Yeah, she is covering all the FIFA games and the fun. And there you are. Hey, Megan, where are you? What are you covering right now?
Okay, so right now I'm at the U.S. Soccer House. Crazy long lines behind me wrapped around the building to get in. So, it's not just U.S. soccer fans. There's fans from all over. There's some Australians in front of me right now. I've seen some South Africans as well. Just people from all over who just want to watch some soccer regardless of the team that they're rooting for. I also just talked with some fans. You're going to see it later on the news, but this one dude, he traveled to Qatar the last time the World Cup took place. He's going to be following Team USA this year for as long as they go in this tournament. So lots of really dedicated fans here.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So you are where? The soccer house? What is it?
Yeah, so this is the U.S. Soccer House. Right now they're watching the Mexico game inside. But yeah, so the line is crazy. Obviously a lot of U.S. fans, but it is just wrapped around this entire building. It was a free thing you could sign up for, but obviously the demand's very high, so people are going to have to wait so it doesn't get too packed in there. But they have a lot of cool activations inside as well that, later on the news, I'll do like a little behind the scenes tour to show you guys. But it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah. Now, Megan, you've covered the Super Bowl. You've covered a lot of really big sporting events. Just kind of in comparison to some of those other big events that you have covered, what is it like to cover this, the World Cup? Oh, no. Hold on. We're reestablishing her signal.
We're
Hold
reestablishing,
on.
Yeah. We see you, Megan.
Do you hear me?
Yep,
there we got you.
Oh yeah. So this event, in comparison to other events, it's like the Super Bowl times 100, right? You don't just have the two teams competing. You're going to have the teams from all over the world competing. There's a million different sites going on, right? There's Los Angeles, there's games in Texas, up in Vancouver, down in Mexico. So it's really just like the Super Bowl just times 100.
Wow, that must be fun.
We have people coming in from all over the world, whether it's to LA or maybe they're, coming out here to watch games because we have the Turkish team practicing. What is security like? You're at a venue where people can go watch the game. Is security very tight there? Is it tight, everywhere you're moving around in the LA area?
I actually haven't. See, a lot of stuff seems pretty business per usual just because LA is so big, So I haven't noticed anything that just like completely stands out to me security-wise. Even yesterday, going to pick up a credential, yes, it was a couple days before that USA match, but it was pretty chill. So I'm sure on game day it's going to be crazy, but at an event like this, there's a decent amount of security, but it's still pretty orderly. Everyone's behaving in line. You had to get the ticket ahead of time. It's just a matter of making sure the crowds don't get too big.
Now, Megan, obviously, with the close proximity to Mexico, to LA, are you seeing a ton of Mexico fans in LA right now, or are you also seeing some of those South African fans there this afternoon, too?
Right, yeah. I'm seeing a bunch of random countries here in the line today, just sprinkled around. But, yeah, a lot of Mexico fans for sure. Like in the hotel I'm staying in, I've seen a Mexico jersey, countless times. There are, at the Coliseum right now, they're doing a watch party thing for this Mexico match, and that thing sold out very quickly. So there are a lot of Mexico fans that you're going to see around.
So we just talked to someone who's at a watch party here in town, Georgian Dragon. You've probably, heard about them, saw that. And I think the owner said France. Do you remember the other team?
France and Spain are the favorites.
Are the favorites, right?
Yes.
So you're obviously the pro. You know sports way better than we do. Are you agreeing with that? Is that what the professional picks are? And then what do you think is going to happen?
Yes, I think I would probably lean towards Spain, honestly. I mean, France, they're the team that I like to pick because personally I would like to see them win. They, fell short a few years back in that World Cup. And then, they have like some fan favorite players like Mbappe and stuff like that. So I would like to see France. I think Spain might be the one to walk away with it. And then, of course, you have England that could be a competitor as well. US, I know you're wondering, am I going to say USA in this? No, I'm not. I do not think they're going to go too far.
Oh, no.
I mean, it is so wild. If you go over to Europe, I mean, soccer or football, as they call
Football.
it, is, I mean, it's just massive. So I think, like, it's hard to put it in comparison to American sport. I mean, football, I don't know really compares to, like, the fans in Europe.
100%. I mean, soccer really is, it's just so much greater than any sport that we have in America, I think. I mean, you have all these countries all around the world that are just such diehard fans, whereas if you look at, you know, the NFL, Major League Baseball, I mean, sure, there are other baseball leagues, you know, Japan, Latin America, stuff like that, but the passion just isn't the same as it is when it comes to soccer.
Sure.
Yeah. Can you break down the schedule a little for us? I have that up on the website, and it's like Group A is playing now, and then we have Group A, South Korea, Czechia, 7 p.m. tonight. We have Group B, Group D. So we have multiple games every day.
Yes.
What is the best way to organize your schedule in your life to get as many of these games in as possible?
Now, if it were me, if I was, you know, back in Phoenix right now, let's say, and I'm like, well, I want to be dialed in, I would find a sports bar with as many TVs lining the wall as possible. I think that's what I would be going for. Because, yeah, you just, all different times of the day, different group matches are going on, obviously, happening in different parts of, you know, this region, down in Mexico, up in Canada. So if you can find a sports bar with just lots and lots of TVs and just kind of sit there throughout the day, have some meals, I think that's the best option.
Some meals?
Some meals,
Some
Megan?
meals, Megan?
Megan, or some cocktails, some happy hour, Megan?
Go somewhere that opens early and maybe they sell some lattes. They sell
Okay.
Start your day there with some brunch, and then once late lunch rolls around, have a nice lunch, get your hydration in, and then if you want to have cocktails, I say once you're fueled by lunchtime, then it's fair game. Then
I was going to say, does Megan call her drinks meals?
Is that where, like a protein shake girl? What about what are you hearing about tickets? Are people really dishing out thousands of dollars? Because, like you said, that one guy's following Team USA. That's not cheap.
No,
it's not. And I wanted to ask out of curiosity. I'm like, how much does this cost? I didn't ask because that's incredibly rude to ask how much is shelling out for this. But I was like, man, I wish I had no shame, and I asked him. I'd love to know. But the tickets right now on StubHub for the USA match coming up this week, or sorry, the Turkey one I was looking at, that was the lowest ticket was like in the 1,000 and change. The highest one I saw that was still on StubHub was like $10,000. Obviously, there's a secondary market as well. And then you mentioned it, the flights and everything. I mean, you have to love soccer because you're going to be shelling out thousands and thousands of dollars.
I think one of our producers is going to the USA Paraguay game, and he said he got them early, and they were a couple $100, which I thought was very reasonable for something this big.
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all. That's really good. And of course, you know, as tickets are bought up, right, and those desirable seats, you know, they could hit the secondary market. It's just it's hard to find, you know. So those prices, they definitely sky high.
Yeah, Megan, I wanted to ask you real quick. I mean, you're obviously kind of in the thick of it, but when we had the Super Bowl here, that's the only thing I really can compare this to at this scale. But they did such a good job here in Phoenix. Even if you couldn't get tickets to the game, there were so many kind of events and watch parties and block parties that they had that folks could still feel like they were part of the Super Bowl and the excitement. Are you seeing the exact same thing happening in LA right now? Kind of like where you're at?
Yeah. And I mean, this right here, the U.S. Soccer House is such a perfect example of that, right? Being able to watch really any match you want to watch. This one is in Venice Beach, so that's where this is located. There's stuff located in Santa Monica. And the city's also doing different pop-ups in the area for watch parties at different times throughout the tournament. So different locations aren't always going to be available. They're going to be kind of rotating things around as this tournament progresses. And then they have fan stores with official merch and stuff that are all over the place as well. I took a look at the one in Santa Monica yesterday where you can, you know, get a name put on the back of whatever jersey that you want. So they really spread things out so that kind of all around the Los Angeles area, there are options. If you can't go to the game, there are so many options to be able to still enjoy it and be a part of it.
Yeah.
We know you're working because you're covering this, just like you cover the World Series or the Super Bowl. But really, how exciting is it to be there and to be a part of all of this energy?
Yes, it's very cool. And I didn't grow up a soccer fan. You know, I played softball growing up, and I was pretty dialed in on baseball and football. But, you know, now getting to be thrown into something like this, to see just the fandom from all around the country, it's just really cool. It's, you know, it's like we talked about, it's just different than the sports that you have here in America. It's such a worldwide thing. The fandoms, it's about your country, you know. It's not just the team and your city and the country you're in. It's just they really have their identity kind of tied up in these teams, and it's really cool to see.
Oh, I bet.
Awesome.
We're jealous.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, too, this is kind of a good run for LA because obviously they have the Olympics coming up in a few years.
I know, right? I mean, man, this city's got lots going on.
They really do.
Sports-wise.
They really do. Well, Megan, you've done a fantastic job. I mean, have so much fun. I know you're working, but try and get in some extra meals. Quote unquote meals.
I was going to say, what's that drink in the morning that people get with celery in it?
Bloody Mary.
Yeah, that thing. I'm like,
that counts.
That could count as a meal if that's the kind of drink.
Well, tomato is your vegetable. Then you've got your celery, extra fiber.
And what is the vodka?
I mean, vodka is the extra.
Yeah,
that's your meal.
That's your meal.
Thanks, Megan. We appreciate your time.
How fun.
Thanks. Bye.
What a fun assignment for her, right?
Yeah.
All right, we've got a few more minutes, and before we say goodbye, we'll take a quick check of your forecast because things are looking pretty good out there on Thursday. This is a live camera, all of our live cameras, so up in the high country to down here in the valley. Plenty of blue skies out there. Temperatures, though, look at this. We're already in the triple digits, and it is just past noon. 101 is the current temperature at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, and those winds are nice and light. But here's where we're headed for today. It is going to be a warm one. We'll see those daytime highs right around 108, so we're going to be anywhere from 4 to 8 degrees above those seasonal averages on this Thursday. Current temperatures across the valley right now, most everybody in those double digits. The triple digits, I should say. 102 in Ahwatukee, 103 in Maricopa, and sitting at 102 in Mesa as well as AJ. Up in the high country, low 80s for Flagstaff as well as the Grand Canyon. Upper 80s along the rim country, and then we're hitting those triple digits already in Bullhead City and Havasu. Satellite and radar picture, we are starting to see a little bit of that cloud cover start to creep in from the south. We will see some clouds kind of move into our forecast area a little bit later on this afternoon, but then our big weather story, and we're really keeping our fingers crossed that we're going to get some of this rain. Right now, the National Weather Service only giving us about a 10 to 20% chance, but if we do get